recently in India, West Indies Academy coach who accompanied the 7 players over there that are being hosted by the Chennai Super Kings in a spin camp. He made these remarks. We don't have a proper developmental program in the region. There are not a lot of facilities for a proud nation that has won 6 World Cups, which includes one under-19 World Cup. We don't have a state-of-the-art facility, so we need to be innovative with our approach. He's speaking about being innovative with our approach to the development of players. Not too long before that, Greg Barclay, the outgoing ICC chief, was emboldened to say maybe the different islands in the West Indies need to break up and go at it alone, because in West Indies in its current form is not sustainable. More recently, Cricket West Indies convened a special meeting whereby they were looking to adopt some of the recommendations made by Senator Don Wehby with regards to the governance structure of Cricket West Indies. And the Barbados Cricket Association and the Guyana Cricket Board decided they were not going to play ball, and they chopped the middle finger at Cricket West Indies and, by extension, the West Indian public. All while our cricket is in shambles. All while there are people who are truly hoping that West Indies as it stands go away. Because for all intents and purposes, we are seen as a pariah to the cricketing world. A once dominant, proud group of people who made cricket what it is today. I don't care what nobody else says. West Indies made cricket fun. West Indies made cricket profitable. And the Indias and the Englands and the Australias profited off of West Indies cricket. And for people to suggest that we should go at it alone by the individual islands, which they know that's an impossible task, because they don't want to invest in West Indies cricket. And then to have people like Conde and Bissoondyal Singh decide they're not going to attend a meeting that is important to West Indies cricket, important to the survival and the viability of West Indies cricket. That rubs me the wrong way. That really, really and truly rubs me the wrong way. Because if I'm to look at at the recommendations, some of the key takeaways from Don Wehby's report: reduce the size of the board and increase the skill set of the members. Reduce the number of committees. Currently there are 12. They need to be reduced to 5. Redefine the roles of the president and the vice president. Establish a nominations committee. Foster trust between the board and the stakeholders. I didn't see any trust between Cricket West Indies and the Barbados Cricket Association and the Guyana Cricket Board. Modernize operational practices. Enhance stakeholder engagement. Last but not least, develop the region's cricketing talent. And I personally think that should be their number one priority. And if I'm not mistaken, Conde has been Barbados Cricket Association president since 2017, sorry. He was just re-elected last year for another 2-year term. That runs out next year. I hope they get rid of him. Prior to that, Conde has been part of the Barbados Cricket Association since 1996, so 28 years. That's a year after the actual slide of the West Indies cricket team began. Because in many of our eyes, it truly began in 1995. We saw the signs prior to that. but it truly began in 1995 when Courtney Brown dropped that catch off of Steve Waugh. And with that, the dominance of West Indies cricket. Conde Riley came on board the very year that Courtney Brown dropped Sachin Tendulkar during the Cricket World Cup between West Indies and India in India, 1996. I remember it like it was yesterday. Conde Riley has been around, in and around West Indies cricket for 28 years. What has he truly done for West Indies cricket? Jaffer Archer packed his bags, went to England, took his talents to England. Chris Jordan packed his bags, took his talents to England. Numerous other players have packed their bags and took their talents to England because people like Conde Riley and them couldn't do what they needed to do. They had a chance last week to put the cricketers, the people, the actual product, they had the chance to put the product first, and they did not put the product first. They were more worried about the power they were going to lose. Your job is not about power, Conde Riley, Bissoondyal, Singh. Your job is to develop the region's cricketers, the next generation of the region's cricketers. Provide them with proper facilities. That is your job. Provide them with an environment to succeed. That is your job. Not to worry about how much power you're going to lose. That's secondary to your job. But instead, you're worried about the power. That's what you're worried about, power. And every time someone who does not actually play the game do stuff of this nature, the players are the ones to lose. The general public, the paying public are the ones to lose. Not you, Conde Riley. You're living comfortably in Barbados. Not you, Bissoondyal Singh. You're living comfortably in Guyana. But the young players who are looking forward to a career in this game, the current players who are looking forward to a career in this game, they are the ones that are suffering. I wonder where Mia Motley stands on this. I wonder where Irfan Ali stands on this. Because if I remember clearly, both of you were at the symposium back in April, and you gave inspirational speeches, very emotional. Well, you see, here's the thing, Mia Motley, Irfan Ali, you can't have the emotion and the transformation at the same time. You got to have one, just one. You just get to get one. But the fact of the matter that both of you have been very quiet to the point where the silence is deafening leaves a lot to be desired. I said to all my friends when I watched that symposium back in April, this ain't nothing but a bunch of talk. Nothing will come of it. And the players will continue to suffer. West Indies cricket will continue to suffer because it didn't require a whole symposium for you guys to sit down and put a plan in place for West Indies cricket to succeed. It didn't require that. All that money that y'all spent back in April could have been spent to do something different. Millions and millions of dollars could have been spent on actual West Indies cricket, a state-of-the-art facility, an actual developmental plan in each and every one of the territories. That is what all that money should have been used. Let's not even get into the Global Super League. I don't see what was super about that. When people in Pakistan and Australia and England didn't even care about what was going on down in Guyana. I'll leave that for another day. But Conde Riley needs to go. Bissoondyal Singh needs to go. Whether you like it or not, they need to go. West Indies cricket should always come first, not the individual. Anyways, let's talk about it down in the comments. I am your host for the Top of All Cricket podcast, Kevin Henry, and I'll see you next time.